Hi, what's going on tonight, you guys? How are you? Let's get some readings in here, huh? A little bit of a different setup today. I'm just trying something different, I guess, you know? How are you guys? So tonight it's going to be random selection. No wheel tonight, just random selection. So just keep posting your question and you'll have a better chance of being selected, okay? Okay. Virgo, everything has to be perfect, right? Well, it's good enough. I've kept you guys waiting long enough. Sorry. Today, it took me a lot longer to get ready than I had expected. So I'm sorry that I said it was going to be earlier. I totally was prepared for it, but I just decided to do this new setup and then I got kind of stuck on it trying to make it perfect. So let's just get started here. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pick at random here. So let's go for it. What positive things are coming up for me in general reading for Garima? Okay, let's see for you, Garima. Positive things for Garima coming up, please. Positive things for Garima coming up, please. Okay, new adventure. I do not do reversals, so I'm just gonna flip it over. No big deal. But yeah, so we have some new beginnings here, some excitement, something fun, something new, something fresh, new, exciting. You know, you don't really have to worry much about this thing. It's just something fun. And it could even be talking about a new lover because of the Ace of Cups here. It's, you know, at least what we do know for sure is that you have a lot of support in your life right now, or at least that's what's coming. That's a positive thing, you know? But I do feel like it could be love since it's the Ace of Cups. This is an opportunity for love. Okay. So it looks like you can finally rest in this person's company. Like you can finally just kind of feel like everything's good and you're not worried, you're excited, you feel the love, you feel like you can rest and be calm and just, what's funny is then this guy wants to come out. I'm so confused. Not confused, but just, it's like why? Why? Maybe this is what you've needed because this is what you've been getting in love. So maybe this is finally, because to me, this whole thing right here, it's kind of like rare to see. Like, usually the Four of Swords is putting something to rest. But since these two are so positive, I feel like that's kind of going along with like you actually feeling like you can rest in this person's company. And you're so used to being screwed over. You're so used to just feeling cut out and not important and just, okay, we have Five of Swords energy. We might have to switch this around a little bit. I might have to change it. We might have to see if it's a different interpretation because this is kind of getting negative all of a sudden, right? So it's like, I don't want to lead you down the wrong direction, down the wrong road. Let's see what's going on here. Tell me why the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords are here for Garima. I mean, you're asking for positive things, but I'm not going to tell you something that, I'm going to tell you what I see. Basically, okay, we have something, that was seriously screwing with your harmony, because obviously it would screw with anyone's harmony. I mean, dealing with somebody getting fucked over, dealing with, a person who's dealing with a person who's very nasty and just vindictive, and you felt so stuck with the person or in that situation. It could have just been, I feel like it's love, but it could have just been with friends or some, colleagues or anybody, family. There was a situation where you just kind of felt like you were cut out and screwed over, basically, and kind of just left for dead, that kind of feeling. And it felt like you couldn't get out of that situation, though. Like it wasn't a situation that you really felt that you could, Novas, that you could really, get out of, that you felt kind of stuck there. This person was really nasty, so they probably had a good way of, keeping you stuck there, keeping you feeling stuck there, at least with that fog, fear, obligation, guilt. So, I mean, it seems like you've been dealing with a lot of bad people, and now finally you have this new exciting thing coming in. It's just weird to me. I feel like, how does that just appear out of nowhere? I'm a realist. Like, well, actually, no. I am an idealist, but I don't know. And I'm a dreamer too. So it's like some things are irrational. Not everything is rational. But like, okay, here it just, I don't feel comfortable telling you like, you've always had shitty relationships, but now all of a sudden this person's going to fly out of the, universe and just hook you and it's just going to be everything you ever wanted. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. So I think this has a lot to do with you going on your own for a while because the Queen of Wands, it's talking about, you not really needing anybody or being like, you're not comparing yourself. You're not kind of really concerned with other people so much as you are with yourself, and what you're trying to do, the things you're trying to accomplish and the priorities you're trying to keep. So basically, I feel like love could happen. It's just basically, you got to feel comfortable with yourself first. And that's probably why the Four of Swords is here, because it's saying basically, you're going to feel comfortable in this person's energy, but that's only after you're able to kind of like get yourself unstuck from the situation, which I don't feel like you're stuck anymore with this really nasty character who keeps, fucking you over. But once you get to this energy, once you get past that and to this stage of, okay, now I'm not going to be with anybody. I'm just going to be on my own. I'm just going to kind of like be comfortable with myself and be happy with who I am. Then you're kind of getting to the point where you're able to be comfortable with yourself and with other people around in love situations. Like you can't just keep dating. You can't just keep circulating. You know what I mean? Because you're going to find the same exact person, well, not the same person, but the same situation, So this is like a time for you to, it's almost like a hermit mode type energy because you're doing this alone time where you're just really focused on, it's like an active hermit mode, like you're going and you're doing things actively. You're not just, isolating and trying to think about things, but you are accomplishing things actively, but you're doing it on your own. I see you being on your own for a while. And this is a good thing, so believe it or not. Your question is still answered. What are the positive things coming for you? Basically, you have something to look forward to. First of all, you're not going to be feeling stuck in this situation anymore because you're going to break out of it. You're going to probably realize, because the Eight of Swords is not about being stuck literally physically. It's about mentally feeling stuck and actually not being stuck, but mentally feeling like you are. So you're going to break free of that. And, what better way to do that than with the Queen of Wands? Because she doesn't hold back, and she doesn't need anyone to tell her what she needs to do, and she doesn't need to ask permission. It's very freedom and liberating. You know, it's just exactly what you need right now after feeling so repressed, you know, and suppressed and oppressed, basically. So, and maybe even depressed. So this character is gone. This person's gone. You decided to walk away and untangle yourself from this. Go your own way. This is no longer. It's not fucking with your harmony. And now you're going to go into this new thing here that's going to be very joyous for you. If it's not a love situation, it could just be talking about something you're very passionate about. And maybe this thing you're really passionate about is self-discovery and self-love, you know, self-healing, things like that. Like maybe that's what it is, you know, instead of love. It could be talking just about something you're very passionate about. So that could be, you know, your new healing journey, which I suggest it should be because, you know, it seems like this is a good time for you to just be on your own, not really be involved with anyone else, just because it does not seem like a time to just go and do the same thing over and over. I mean, that's what you'll get is the same thing over and over, you know, because you haven't healed yet. You need to do that. You need to heal first. Boring, I know, but okay. Love messages from my lover. He's a Gemini and I'm a Scorpio. Hey, I have no, never mind. That's Aquarius Scorpio. You guys, I have these videos on my channel that are kind of old, and I was thinking, that I would do some more of them, and what they are like sign videos, like really in relationships, and like what they would be like. Like one of them is Aquarius and Scorpio. I did for some reason. I don't remember why I did it, but I want to do some more. So what kind of sign combinations do you guys think would be a good idea for videos? What sign combinations would you want to see explained? Just let me know. So, love messages from my lover. He's a Gemini. I'm a Scorpio. Anything you need to know from this Gemini person? Gemini and Scorpio. Okay. So there's action being taken here. Okay, there's changes being made. Either there's an ending or there's a change, but basically what we know is that somebody needs to take responsibility for something, and that's what's being looked at the most, is that somebody needs to come in and take, you know, own up to certain things, and just kind of like, even if it's not like anyone did anything wrong, it's just basically saying, you know, someone did something, or it's not even about doing something. It's just about somebody like owning up to what they're about or something like that. Like there's something that needs to be discussed. Sorry about that. My computer died. I thought I plugged it in, but I didn't plug it in to the computer, so that's retarded. But basically here, you know, it's talking about, you know, someone needs to like, there's something that needs to be discussed here, and so if that's not discussed, then you can guarantee there's going to be big changes, and that they might not be good changes. You know, if you guys discuss this, they might have some good changes, or you know, you might have an ending too. It just depends on whatever needs to be discussed here. Let's see if we can find more about that. And this is the Ace of Wands, so this is like what's gonna this is what's happening. I mean, this is an action being taken. It's about, interesting. So they want fairness. They want to know you're on the same level as them. It kind of feels like they want to kind of like check in with you and see where you guys are at. Like they want it to be balanced and fair and equal, and they just don't know if that's the case right now for some reason. Also, they would like a new, you know, beginning. This could be a child we're talking about. Like they might want a child, or they might be pregnant, or well, you might be, or maybe they're talking to you about that, or, you know, something along the lines of, you know, childbirth. But it doesn't have to be childbirth. It's just, you know, a lot of times it is, but a lot of times too, it's just talking about a new beginning. So it might not be childbirth, whatever the case is for you. You know, if you know you're not pregnant, or you know there's no childbirth. I also kind of felt like for a second that hang on a second. Is this a third party? Is this a third party? Okay, I'm not going to second guess it. I kind of felt like there was another person involved. If there's a Libra, you know they know a Libra. It could be the case. I'm just going to put it out there because that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. Or actually, it's what I felt when I saw the Libra card for some reason. I kind of felt like there was a new beginning with the Libra person or something. I mean, it could be that fairness thing too. Like if you don't know of any Libra, I mean, just know that they could be coming and owning up to something, but they're going to be defensive about it. But this is like something new for them. And so it could be a situation where you're kind of, this could be an ending because of that. I know that took a twist right now, but I just had to say that because that was something that was bugging me. And I felt like I had to say it. I mean, we also have the Two of Cups here. So I feel like maybe they're going to say, like, I found somebody else. And, hopefully not. But that's what I'm seeing. And that's what I felt from the beginning. So I don't want to just, like, not say that. Just to let you know. If you know that they know a Libra that they've been kind of close to, then pay attention to that. We also have Aries, Scorpio, we have Libra, okay? So, and they're very defensive about this, but they seem to be owning up to it. Or you find out maybe they're going to be defensive and not own up to it, but you want them to own up to it. There's this whole idea around owning up to something, and it's just like whether or not somebody does that or not. But basically, there's still wanting to be stability here. I don't think, maybe this is just something that's a fling to them. Like they still want stability with you. Maybe that's the whole self-check thing with the fairness. But it's just hard to, it's hard to adjust to a situation like that. I don't know. To me, okay, the main themes that we have here are basically like they're going to be owning up to something, or you are, or they're going to be wanting you to, or you're going to be wanting them to. And so whether or not that happens, it's going to change things, and that's going to be good or bad. But basically, if no one owns up to something, whatever this thing is, and I feel like it has to do with the Libra. We also have Leo here. So it has to do with the Libra, and it has to do with, it could have to do with the Scorpio, Aries, Leo. Basically we have this connection here that's going on, and I just feel like, maybe it's not long term, maybe it's just going to be something that's short lived. It might be that they got the person pregnant. I mean, we don't know that yet. It just seems like to me it's a lot of drama, it's a lot of bullshit, it's a lot of craziness here, it's a lot of chaos. That's what we can count on for sure. So I mean, sorry it's not that positive, but just be ready for somebody to kind of own up to something, or maybe you're going to find something out, you're going to have to get them to own up to something. But I just feel like, whoever is owning up to something, they're going to be defensive about this thing, whatever it is. They're going to be defensive. And that could be for many reasons. One, maybe because you're saying, what the fuck? And two, because they want to do this and they're like, sorry, but they can't really understand. I mean, sorry. Okay. They can't really, like, explain it to you to where it's like, you're not going to be pissed or feel some type of way about it, because that's just the nature of these things. I mean, you're going to feel some type of way about it because it's kind of hurtful. But honestly, I just feel like overall you can adjust to this, and you guys will still have that pentacle there trying to like be strong, trying to like come through. So strangely enough, I feel like it's going to be a short-lived thing, whatever it is, and it might be hard to adjust to, but just try to know that, like, I feel like the person doesn't, I mean, I feel like they're coming to you about this and it's going to change things, Like, I feel like they're going to own up to something. But I don't think it's long term for them. I think they're trying to tell you, like, yeah, I fucked up, but that's it. Like, I'm not really trying to do that anymore. Well, you're lucky here. Okay. So, this person is kind of going through something where it's hard to let go of it. This could be your energy too, but I feel like you're lucky because this person just was with somebody who was like pretty much an asshole. And so you kind of have the advantage here of, showing them if you're a good, nice person. I feel like they're seeing it as that because you went up to them and approached them and stuff, and you saw them looking at you. You approached them and you were nice, and I think that they see that as a good thing. Like maybe this could be a good thing for me because they've dealt with something and they're actually still dealing with something that is hard to let go of, to be real with you. I mean, it's not let go of yet. They're trying though. But see, they see you as a stable, connection. Like it could be something, even though it was just one time today, they're kind of already thinking in their head of what this could be. Because the Page of Cups here, it's kind of like they see it as this might be a potential relationship. And with the Nine of Pentacles, we see somebody who's seeing this as, somewhat stable. Like they feel like more than this last situation. Like maybe this person's really nice. Maybe I should give them a chance. Are they going to ask me out? Things like that. I think they are attracted. And I think they want to see, how you're going to be with them. Like they want to know how far you're going to go. Like, are you going to be a good person for them in their life? So it might be a good idea for you to like ask them out or just, show that you're a gentleman or whatever, however you want to call it. However you want to say it. It's just, you want to show that like you're a good person basically for them. And it's a good idea to have you in their life, because I think they already think that anyway. I mean, there's not much you could do to change that unless you're a real asshole, but this could be like a past life relationship or something that feels familiar from the past. You may have things to learn from this situation. Yeah, there's a deliberate decision that's going to be made. So I feel like that's on your part. You're going to decide whether or not to approach this. And so you could be going through your own stuff right now. Some things telling me you're going to be like wanting to hold back a little bit on doing that. Like, I don't know why exactly, but it seems like I feel blockages from you. I feel like you are hesitant to go and approach the person and like ask them out. But I feel like that'd be a good idea for you because the Fool here is showing, I mean, you need to think a little bit and don't be too naive. Like, try to still hold your own, you know what I mean? Like, don't just fall for this person and just completely turn a blind eye. I mean, none of us should do that, but it seems like that could be what happens because it's just so exciting. And, the Fool, you're just forgetting about the things you know already, which is, take care of yourself, watch your own back, and make sure you're not just giving too much of yourself from the gate. But basically, it seems like an exciting situation. It seems like it could be something fun. And I feel like you should go for it. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune starts this reading, so I think, it'd be a good idea to go in that direction. And honestly, yeah, she's interested, so I wouldn't worry about that. All right, so which question did you want to do, Irvi? Which question, your exams or your ex? Your exams, okay. So let's see. What? Tell me about my exams in upcoming 2 to 3 months. Okay, well, it's going to come in pretty quick. You're not going to really be expecting, like, I think you need to study really hard because you're going to feel like a burden on your shoulders, but it's going to be unexpected. Like, you might think you know what this test is going to be like, but I think you're going to be very surprised, and it might not be in a good way. It's coming in very suddenly and shockingly, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It might actually happen earlier than you think. I mean, just be prepared for it because it seems like it's going to be kind of a heavy burden on you. Like, just make sure you're prepared for it, okay? Don't wait the last minute to be prepared for it. Like, study for it now, hardcore styles, because it seems like it's going to be some kind of like surprising thing that rushes in about it. Okay, so you could have like friends you're studying with. That could be helpful to you, to have other people to study with. That would be probably very helpful, and take off some of this heavy load on your shoulders. Okay, somebody might be trying to cheat. Okay, for some reason, somebody's going to be closed off here. It's like you're not really giving or taking any offers here. It's like you're kind of shutting out, being stubborn to other people's ideas. That could kind of bite you in the ass later. So just make sure you're open to things, you know? Because I feel like you're being very stubborn for some reason, and I'm not really exactly sure why. It seems petty to me. And I feel like it could really help you to be, yeah, see, I'm not really exactly sure why. It's funny, the moon's here. It's like you're not even sure why either. Or they aren't even sure why as well. It's like everyone's kind of just like, why are you being stubborn? But no one really cares as much, you know, because it's your test, not theirs. I mean, they're going to do their test and you're going to do yours, and they're not really concerned. They're like, okay, whatever, if you want to be like that, you know. But I feel like they're very nice. I don't think these people are going to like be like mean. It's just that I think for your own sake, if you're going to study with these people, you should really try to just be open-minded to the ideas that they have. It seems like you're going to kind of be stubborn about it for some reason, and this could add to the load you're carrying already. So I just think it's a good idea for you to, like, you know, be open-minded and take advice and listen to what people are saying and see if you can learn from it instead of thinking you know everything, because you don't, you know? And it could really help you to be, it could really, no, I mean like people that are taking the test too. Like if you can get into some kind of study group or something, you may have to initiate, you know? But it seems like you're kind of being, like the way you're being right now, exactly like that. You're saying no one's supporting. And that very well may be true, but I think there's going to be people that are taking this test, like not your family and stuff, but people actually in the same room taking the test that like you can actually study with, you know, or people who have taken the test or people who are in the same kind of thing. You know, maybe they're not taking the test, but it's like they're studying too for certain similar things. Like people that are at the, you know, whatever it is, a school or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, there's other people doing it too. And I feel like those people are the best people to kind of unite with and, you know, try to get some studying done and see if you can, you know, even learn something from these people about studying or about, you know, these tests or whatever the case may be. You know, you can learn a lot from these people. So just don't be too stubborn or closed off or closed-minded, you know. But you're going to have to prepare for that. That seems like it's going to come in suddenly. You might not be expecting that. But try to take the load off of yourself if you can. Oh, he came in and knocked everything over? Sorry about my dog. He's kind of annoying. But stop it. Go in the other room, baby. Come in. Because Buzz is barking, so just get in here already. There's somebody at my door, I think. And I like trying to be quiet, but it's like not working because this dog can hear everything because he's a dog. And I can hear very well. So. Stop! Back! Hello? Okay, go. There's no one there. Sorry about that. Go. Nope. Go. Go in the other room. Bye. Bye. Nope. Go. Go. Go, Buzz. Go. 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 My goodness. I guess we don't need the light, huh? Might actually be better without the light. Might be able to see the cards better. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. My name is Julissa, August 19th, Leo. I want to know how my ex feels about me. His name is Aldo, Taurus. And can I have a general reading, please? Thank you. Well, we can see how he feels about you, or the general. Oh, Eva. Okay, I'll get you right now, okay? So let's just finish this one real quick. So how does your ex feel about you? You're a Taurus, or I'm sorry, you're a Leo, he's a Taurus. We got 2 fixed signs here, so yikes. No, Buzz, no. You guys are very stubborn, both of you. And it's hard to kind of connect, and it's hard to, reconnect because you guys are both like stuck in your ways about certain things that happen. So let's see how they feel. See how they feel. Okay. It was a stuck feeling. It was a feeling of somebody getting fucked over, betrayed. Trust was betrayed here for sure, and somebody felt stuck in the situation, or they felt like they had no other choice but to do it, is what I'm hearing. Like they had no other choice but to, turn their back on you or something like that. Or maybe that's how you feel about the situation towards them. Why is this the case? There was arguing. Yeah, somebody was left out in the cold, but I feel like this is a situation where somebody felt like they had to do this for the good of the situation. Like, because they cared. I saw the King of Cups there. It's weird. Like, it seems like they felt like they had to do this to you to not hurt you even more. Like, or to not feel hurt even more themselves, For some reason, somebody had to walk away, maybe because they just thought it wasn't working, or for whatever reason, there was arguments, or there was a betrayal of trust, possibly. I mean, I feel like someone feels like they had to turn their back just to avoid more hurt, in the end of the situation. So how do they feel now? How do they feel now about you? Well, they're grinding. I mean, they're really working on their shit right now. They may not be thinking much about it. They're trying to stay focused on themselves. Yeah, they're trying to find themselves now. They're at a point where they're really just trying to find like who they are. And so it's hard to really think about like you, because I mean, it's just they need to find themselves right now. They need to go out and do something to recreate who they actually are. They don't want to feel lost or stuck anymore. So they're not doing that. They're not really thinking much about it, to be honest with you. They're really not thinking much about it. They're thinking much about themselves and what they need to do to center themselves again. It's kind of a lost feeling, it's kind of a lonely feeling. But in regards to you, I just think, they're kind of trying to move on from this. So, it was hard for them to even, deal with it though. So, I mean, or this is your energy that it was hard for you. But basically, it's hard in general, and they just need to kind of like get going with it. And it's hard to like tell you that, because I know you probably want to hear that they miss you and stuff, and I'm sure they do, but the thing is, it's too hard for them to do that. Right now, they're kind of lost, and they need to kind of, find themselves again. So I'd give it some time. If you're going to hit them up, I'd kind of wait a little while, just get them to, know themselves again. Then they'll feel better about any kind of thing that you're trying to talk to them about. They won't get too, like, they won't feel off center too much. I'm going to check PayPal right now, Eva, but I'm sure it's there. But yeah, good idea. Let's check. Yep, got it, Eva. Okay. So what's your question, hon? No problem, Julie. What lessons do I need to learn in this life? Personal and relationship lessons. That's a really good question. Okay, so we'll do well, there's many of them, just to let you know. But, obviously. But we don't need any cards to tell us that, but I'll look at one for each, okay? Relationships and life in general. Do you mind if I use this deck, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle? Because it actually is really good for things like this, to, just get a general message overall that means a lot. Like, that's what I really like about this deck, is that it kind of covers a lot of places. It covers a lot of ground, And I'll pull one for life and one for love for Eva. One for life and one for love. What are the lessons she's supposed to learn here for life and love? Let's get life first. Let's get life first for Eva. What are the lessons in life she's supposed to learn? What lesson do you want to bring to her attention right now? Because we know there's many of them, but which one do you want to explain to her and bring to her attention now? What do you think is most important for her to understand now? For Eva, life lesson here. Thank you. Rejection, and then we'll do love. For love, please. Which lesson do you want to bring to her attention now about her love life? What lessons is she supposed to learn? Okay. Enlightenment. Okay, so first for life, Eva, we have rejection. It's not what you think, okay? So just check it out. I'm trying to get it pointed. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we'll look at enlightenment afterwards, okay? For love. So this one is a neutral chakra. Buzz, you're gonna have to go, dude. Okay, why do you? Oh my god, I can't do this right now. It's like, seriously? Okay, come on, Buzz. Huh? I thought you were gonna take Buzz out. I don't know. Well, put him in the backyard or something. What? Put him in the backyard or something. No. No. Just bring him back there. Yeah. Sorry, my boyfriend found a dog and he's trying to save it. So I'm sorry. I'm definitely not going to forget about you. Just give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I hate when this happens during lives, but I'll be right back. All right, so rejection. Okay. So the neutral cards.
It's the occasional.
It's the, you found the owner?
Yeah, occasional stuff.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Okay, neutral. Okay. So neutral, embrace the spirit of universal consciousness. Neutrality is the overall impression. Keywords are enlightenment, consciousness, purpose, wisdom, spirituality, unity, and expansiveness. Manifesting intention. In the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, we reach the place of universal consciousness, which is outside our physical body. You may notice that these cards represent some aspect of our collective being. The idea here is that we all vibrate through our seventh chakra, and in a powerful way, it keeps us connected to our humanity. The cards of the seventh chakra are neutral in color because spirit, in essence, is neutral. Here you will receive messages from spirit that are detached from human worry. These cards indicate the higher-minded thinking that happens when we align with spirit. The power of holding space can also be seen in the still energy of each card. Here you will see how conscious choice, I love that those two words, conscious choice, can bring you spiritual magnetism. These are the cards of mastery. Oh, all right. This is life, remember? Rejection, ivory tower. You no longer need to prove yourself. This is about understanding who you are and what you have created. Ivory allows others into your life. Choose wisely. So it's kind of like you might want to be rejecting certain people. You don't have to have everyone in your life, but no, it's just saying like, that's just one idea, but it's funny. I like that. It kind of brings it all together. Before we read the main details of it, it's going, I'll read it again. You no longer need to prove yourself. This is about understanding who you are and what you have created. Ivory allows others into your life. Choose wisely. So the legend. The artist is summoned for jury duty, but they won't use him. He doesn't fit their concept of what a juror should be. He paints pictures no one understands. He lives alone. They want someone who will put himself in the other guy's place, but he'll never do that. He doesn't get mixed up with anything or anyone. They honor his individuality when they invite him, yet when he appears, they reject it by not using him. Inspiration. You don't have to be on the right track. You don't have to be on the inside track. Be true to yourself and you will not be unhappy. Rejection is spirit's protection. So people rejecting you, it's protection. Like you might think, oh, this person's good for me. I want this person in my life or whatever, whoever's rejecting you. But it's like, it's actually a blessing in disguise, basically. So when that happens to you, or if it's happened already, this could already be speaking to you in a certain way. Maybe this is what you needed to hear right now. That certain things in your life aren't happening and you might feel like that's like negative, but really it's a good thing for you and it's happening for a reason. So it would probably be worse if it was in your life, believe it or not. You're like, it's rejection is spirit's protection. So personal inquiry, this is for you to ask yourself, am I working with or against my environment? What is the purpose of my present solitude? Something to think about. And key ideas here are others' approval, unsupportive environment, working alone, and arrival of a teacher. Keywords are protection, exclusion, and development. So your meditation here is: imagine divine ivory light filtering down and encircling you. In the distance, the ivory tower beckons. You reach the castle and the drawbridge slowly lowers. You enter the castle grounds and come to the tower. At the top of the stairs is a door. Inside is the place of no judgment. You have finally found your way home. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. Here, let me see if you can maybe see this since the light's dimmer today. Yeah, you might be able to come back and pause the video if you want to read that again. That's what I just read to you, if you're interested. Also, if you can't see this very well, because I don't know how this is picking up for you, if you can't see it, then you can probably just look it up online. I'm sure it'll have the guidebook somewhere online. Somebody will have it. So it's, if you're interested, it's the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidebook, and you got rejection. Okay, so then we're going to do enlightenment now. And this is for relationships, okay? This is for your love life. That's cute, too. It's a yellow chakra, so let's see. Explore your thought processes. Overall impression in excuse me. Overall impression: intellectual. Keywords: creative, intellect, precise, cooperative, reasonable, innovation, originality, wisdom, and instinct. The manifesting intention: the yellow cards of the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, reveal our planning processes. Do we have a logical or a scattered approach? Because they represent thinking and problem solving, yellow cards reveal our ability to resolve issues. In essence, they show what's on our mind. In yellow, we turn on the lights and let the spirits know we're home. If we don't let them know we're there, they can't bring us our desires. Ultimately, the third chakra relates to our instinct and to how our life is directed by it. When we can see how our instinct guides our thoughts, we will understand why we do what we do. And when it relates to our emotions, instinct is frequently the first thing that gets shut down. Remember what I said? Look to the previous chakra, the second chakra in this case, if you feel blocked. Every decision we have ever made is made in a flash, to move forward or to stop. There is a moment, a split second, in which we decide. In this chakra, you decide if you will allow magic into your life. Woo, magic. So enlightenment. The opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent in topaz. A journey of true destiny is the vibrational energy here. Regal gold and earthy brown mixed to create something spectacular. Your experience will guide others. So let me do that again. The opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent in topaz, which is, topaz is the whole, the name of the reading, basically, the person or the thing involved. I'll read the story in a second, but as an overview, the opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent in topaz. A journey of true destiny is the vibrational energy here. Regal gold and earthy brown mixed to create something spectacular. Your experience will guide others. So it's important. You know what's funny is both of these cards are the second card in the whole color that it is, in the chakra that it is. So that's funny. I don't know why that's maybe important. It's like the beginning of the chakra. So enlightenment, topaz. If I seek peace, I must embrace my fears. The legend. Topaz is a renowned spiritual teacher. People travel to hear his wisdom. He is journeying up a mountain to seek private counsel with the great servant when a young boy stops him. The boy asks, "If enlightenment is to be found in my own mind, how do I get there?" The moment before he disappeared into the mist, Topaz replies, "Through your fears." Inspiration. At this time, your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. Your personal inquiry for you to ask yourself here is, my thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? Yeah, this totally makes sense. Key ideas are path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, needing solitude and time for reflection. Your keywords are support, courage, and confidence. The meditation. Write down 3 fears, then close your eyes. Imagine these fears staying with you always. Then imagine them, one by one, walking in faith alongside you. Stride through the garden of fear and allow them to stay behind. What is more painful? What is more painful, keeping your fears or releasing them? The choice is yours. I like that because I think what this is saying to you is like, you need to heal, first of all, probably from things that have happened, in relationships. And that's probably going to be a central theme throughout your life, as it is from everybody. They're going to have to heal from things that are hurtful. But basically here for you, it's like saying, look, you're at the same time too, it's saying it's going to guide others. I feel like you're going to be, maybe you're the teacher here, and maybe you're the one who's going to be helping others to understand this, and also facing your fears, of course. Again, if you want to look this up, that'd be a cool idea. Like if you want to reread this and, just remember this, Chakra Wisdom Oracle, and you got Enlightenment. I really like that one for love. That's pretty cool. That's a nice one for love. I think that's interesting. The way it kind of explained it all. See, I love that deck. I think it's really a good deck to use when you need to cover a bunch of different, aspects of life or, of a certain situation. You just need like a lot of enlightening information, and that's the perfect deck for it. So thanks, Eva. I hope that made sense to you. Because it made sense to me for you. Interestingly enough. I felt like that was a cool card to get for love and life. Okay. Trying to find, there it is. Okay. What changes are coming in my life in April? Hi, Sahu. Okay, let's see here. Changes. Changes. I don't know why I'm singing. Good morning. It is 9:49 for me p.m. But good morning to you. Changes, Sahu. Okay, Queen of Swords. You're gonna have to own up to something. There is, yeah, but you know what? It's interesting. When you own up to this, I feel like there's something you need to own up to, and no one really likes to do that, for certain situations. It's kind of hard to do that. And so I feel like for you, though, it's important that you do this, because then that's going to help you manifest, well, I mean, I guess you could say hope, good things, basically. You're going to be manifesting good things. And the reason for that is because the star here, we also have Aquarius is the star, but, for your situation here, I feel like, you need to own up to some things, maybe even just toward yourself. You need to remind yourself or own up to yourself about these things, and just kind of like realize, like, okay, this is a thing for me. Let's see if we can find out what this is. But as for changes, I feel like, yeah, there are changes happening, but that's, it really is up to you to make those happen. And basically, you can't make these things happen unless you know what you're dealing with. You got to know who you are and what you're about, So I feel like it's important for you to kind of realize what's going on with you. And then you can make these changes and manifest these changes. So, because if you don't even know what's, going on, you don't know what changes to make and everything. So let's see what this is about. I feel like there's a lot of manifestation coming for you, though. But that's only, once you realize what you need to do, basically. The moon. Yeah, so there was a lot of confusion for you right now in your life, or maybe not right now, but in the recent past. Maybe you're coming out of it now more. But it seems like, you went through some shit to where it was like you didn't really understand like how to go about things or like what direction to go in. But now it's important that you think about those things. You think about that time because it's going to be important for your next steps. You got to know the situation that's going on inside, and then you'll know how to approach it. Maybe even hermit mode it. Even though the hermit's not here, it just seems like a good idea right now. You were a bit confused. I think really it's kind of you're coming out of that a little bit. But I think it's probably better for you to really kind of look at these things before you take action. But it's going to be important that you do look at these things just so you can take action in appropriate ways. You're going to be manifesting a lot of changes, taking action in a lot of different ways, but you're going to have to know what's going on first. I'm telling you. Queen of Pentacles. So there's stability. I mean, after a lot of stress, you could have been, or maybe right now you're not stable. I feel like you're not really feeling all that bad anymore. I feel like you kind of went through that already, but I could be wrong. I mean, I feel like this is kind of past energy, but like what I do see for the future energy is basically you just kind of coming out of this, becoming more stable at the, when it's all said and done, and which is going to be very soon. I feel like you kind of already have gone through this stressful stage here because death is here. So that's talking about change. That's talking about drastic change, actually. So maybe you were enlightened, like the last reading. Maybe you had a realization or something kind of occurred to you. But basically here, I feel like you're learning a lot and you're going to be learning even more. You just have to kind of own up to things to you have to own up to yourself and really kind of realize what's going on with you so that you don't miss any of the lessons you're supposed to learn. But yeah, once you do that, you're good to go. And I think it's going to be up to you, though, to manifest certain things right now. Of course, it's always up to us, but it's being highlighted in your reading. That's going to be up to you to kind of prove to yourself, or not prove to yourself, but admit to yourself, the things that are happening with you inside emotionally and everything you've learned so that you can have a better chance at that, at making these changes work for you and doing the right thing, like for yourself, going in that direction. Okay. Where did you donate at, Lex? On PayPal or? Thank you, by the way. Okay, I'm going to check that really quick. I'm so mean to my boyfriend. I'm like, can you take the dog? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm going live. And it's like, I just feel like everything has to be perfect. Like I get really impatient with myself and other people when I'm trying to do something and focus on it. It's like so annoying when people are like trying to be all chaotic and do all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like, okay, can you see I'm doing something? It's difficult to not live by yourself. I guess I should just probably do that. Figure out how to do that. Just start doing it. Okay, so you have 2 questions. What's the first question, hun? Thank you, by the way. Yeah, let's get these questions answered for you. What, I see there's, I think you're trying to ask 2 questions, right? Am I on CJ's mind? Okay. Well, let's see now. I can't do yes or no, but we can look into this, okay? So, okay. I feel like, yeah, you are. It might not be something like where I mean, in a way they kind of, I feel like it is about missing you, but for some reason somebody felt stuck in the situation. So they could be feeling stuck now maybe, but whoever left in the situation, like somebody left, but they still care. We saw that King of Cups there, so I feel like they're very sensitive about this for sure. But we could be talking about, them feeling stuck now because they can't move forward, or because, back in the past they felt stuck in some way. But I still feel like with the King of Cups here, yeah, they still care about you. They don't want anything bad to happen to you. That's good. But somebody had to leave, and so they're feeling kind of, maybe they felt like they had to, they felt trapped, they felt like there was no other choice or something. But yeah, they're kind of trying to find themselves right now, and I feel like they're waiting around for you for a new beginning. Maybe it's just talking about, a new beginning in their own life, but why would they wait for that? It seems like they are trying to find themselves and make that happen, but I feel like they would give you another chance just because they do have this care for you. You know what I mean? They have this, I don't know if it's relationship, it feels like it. It feels like a caring individual that, well, a person who once cared about you deeply. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's like, I usually don't say things like that, because to me, it just sounds like BS, but I mean, it seems like that's the case here. Like they'd be waiting around for this to happen again. We see Pisces here. Also, stability, which is funny because these two cards they're almost complete opposites, the Moon and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, how can you have stability when you have confusion and like someone feeling lost? There's clouded thinking. There is a lack of clarity there for them. So I feel like maybe they're just kind of like concerned with that. Like they don't know even if this would be a stable thing. They don't know if they can provide a stable thing to you. It's almost like they just can't, they don't want to like even engage because they don't think that it would be a good thing, because they don't know if they can actually do that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like they don't know if they could even be stable themselves or like stay in a committed relationship, quite possibly. But it looks like they're about to I mean, it looks like they can. Or maybe this is how they see you. Because whoever's owning up to something, someone's going to have to take responsibility for something. And if they're willing to do that, yeah. Because they kind of left you feeling abandoned, I feel like they want to make it right, and that's good luck there with the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me, is this confirmed? Do they want to make it right, or what is this talking about? Look! Providing stability. Okay, so they might come back around in some way. It's kind of strange. Yeah, it's kind of strange to me too. I'm kind of like shocked to be seeing something like this. But the thing about it though is if they don't feel like they can't, yeah, see fear and anxiety. If they don't feel like they can actually provide you with that stable thing, they might actually hold back on approaching you. But I do feel like in the whenever they do this, they do have something to offer that is stable, which is interesting because in the past I don't think it was really the case like that. But I do think a lot of it has to do with them owning up to something. And if they can't do that, then it's going to be hard for them to even like get off the ground with this just because yeah, no, I feel you. Definitely. Look at that. I mean, come on. There was a connection. I think they're feeling bad about this. I think they know that like they can't provide that to you right now though. But in the future, I feel like okay. Here's the thing. If they can own up, right, they might not be able to. But I think they definitely, to answer your question, I think they're thinking about this for sure. But really, I feel like they could provide something stable in the future. It's just like if they're willing to see how they did wrong and kind of admit to it and kind of like, address that situation, great. If not, then it's going to be it's probably going to be the same thing that happens. You know what I mean? Because it's not. But I feel, okay, here's what I'm feeling like. It's like two opposite things because I feel like, okay, this could be a really happy thing, but if they're not willing to kind of address the situation that happened before, then it's likely that they'll do the same thing again. Maybe they don't even mean to, but it's just the cycle of, if you can't own up and admit to who you are, then you're going to fucking make the same mistakes. They just aren't commitment. They're not the commitment type, I feel like. So it's difficult to see that because then it's like, it seems like they could be, but that's the thing. We have free will. So I feel like this is all going to have to do with if they're willing to kind of see their wrongs and actually change them, So that's just what I feel like. If it's really up to them, like I said, free will is a bitch sometimes. So, I mean, hopefully they're able to kind of like grow and see that And if they are, then yeah, it's all good. You know, I feel like they have something stable to offer, but they might not be ready to do it. You know, it just depends on where they're at right now. They're kind of trying to find themselves right now. So, I mean, it could take a second to see or hear from them at all. They're probably still trying to contemplate it, I guess you could say. I mean, it seems like they're not really like in a rush to do this. And they may never do it. I mean, but it seems like it's going to have to do with them taking responsibility for it. And so, you know how that goes. Not everyone's able to do that. But if they are, it seems like it could be an actual stable thing this time around, which is cool. It's just like, will they do it, you know? Fingers crossed. I definitely think you're on their mind, though, yeah. But right now, too, okay, I forgot about that in the beginning. It was kind of saying they're finding themselves. So maybe it's just something that they try not to think about too much. But if we're talking about you, yeah. But at the same time, they are trying to find themselves right now. So maybe you're not the main thing on their mind, but it's basically like, you know, it has a lot to do with why they're feeling lost and why they have to find themselves. You know, it's kind of like this thing that happened that it kind of, you know, even though it probably feels like to you, you were off kilter. Well, they kind of feel the same way, you know, off kilter now. Yeah, I would. It might take a second to hear from them too. What was your second question? I was like, what was I gonna say? Oh, that's right. You had a second question, right? What was his connection like with his first kid's mom? Are they still talking? Okay. What was the connection like? Oh. Okay. So it was stable at one point, I feel like. Like somebody, it was probably her. I mean, it could have been him, but it was probably her. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Maybe because this is a woman in the Nine of Pentacles. I'm not sure. But it could have been him, you know, it doesn't really have to be gender specific, but I feel like it's her who was the more stable one, who had like, you know, nurturing to give and also, you know, like the stability in the situation. Yeah, it was left with heart, you know, there was heartbreak. There could have been a third party. You know, we have 2 threes here, the 3 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. I feel like somebody, you know, either cheated or it was a situation where, you know, other people just got involved a lot and they basically couldn't, you know, keep that together. But another thing about it, if it's not the third party thing, it's just, you know, somebody basically looking at how far they've come and just feeling like it wasn't worth it. Like they've been through a lot together. And I just feel like it was a thing when they finally ended. It was something that just kind of like was, they both knew it was going to happen. You know, even if one person didn't want it or something, or like both didn't want it, it was still something that had to happen. It was just like kind of time, you know, it was toxic. You know, there was something there that was holding them back, both of them in their lives. And then also at the same time, we have this pull, this like need to be together. They probably broke up and made up a lot of different times, you know, because they just had this strong pull to each other. So, but it was definitely kind of toxic, you know, but that's why they ended it, of course, eventually. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they didn't end it in a too harsh way. Like if they did, then I would say right now it's not too harsh between them. Let's see if they're still communicating. Like, I feel like both of them have kind of gotten past it, you know? Even if it was bad. I don't feel like it was, though. I feel like the relationship itself was bad. And by the time they broke up, it was kind of something that, like, they knew was going to happen. It was, like, a long time coming. I do feel like they're still talking just because, or maybe they're going to have the opportunity to very soon. Because the Ace of Swords is talking about opportunity to communicate. So it's interesting you'd ask that question and then that card would come out. I feel like that's a yes. Or very soon they're going to. Because they're working very hard on something together, or there's something that needs to be worked on, maybe about their children, something about a big change that's happening, probably having to do with their children, right? I just am guessing that because that's the only correlation I see between them, like the things that would bring them together. It could be something else, though. I mean, they're working very hard at this. It's a big deal. It's going to require a lot of effort and attention, and it's going to bring a lot of changes, and not necessarily bad ones, but I mean, I think it does require both of their attention and effort. Okay, we got stability there. I don't think it's anything like cheating or anything on you or like, you know, against you or like against anyone they're with now. I know you said you're not talking to them, but I mean, it's like, I don't think like in your view of things, how you would, I said cheating, but in your view of things, what I mean is I don't think that they're sleeping with the person or anything like that. It seems like it's more about stability, about having to keep things stable and do the right thing for the, you know, situation. Oh, wow. Okay. We got the Queen of Cups. So we still have a nurturing, you know, energy here. Let's see what they're thinking about with the person. What are their intentions? I mean, really, I feel like the intentions are just to kind of do what needs to be done if they're going to come through on that, you know? Yeah, but they do have, okay, there's something that they're weighing their options. You see these 2 pentacles here? They're kind of weighing their options, like what is going to be more important to me? So they're not going to fulfill all their obligations here. They're going to fulfill something, but they're not going to fulfill all their obligations here. So with this person, she may grow tired of this person because he's just not able to come through in the way that's needed, you know, all the way. And it just gets frustrating after a while, you know? You probably know the feeling. So, I mean, really, this person's kind of like a little scattered. And I just don't really think that they're coming through all the way that they need to. And that's probably the case for you as well. You know, they need to really kind of start to be there for the people that they, you know, have invested in. But they might not, you know, it just depends on what they want to do. We do have free will. They don't have to. But yeah, it seems like they're just kind of flighty. You know, they're not really reliable. But with this person, they're gonna be basically trying to work hard on something together. And I hope he comes through. It seems like he's gonna try to. I mean, it seems like for the most part, it's gonna be a stable situation. Like, shouldn't be too much drama or anything. Yeah, I mean, good luck to you, because honestly, like, that sucks that a person would be like that. I mean, it's just like, especially with children involved, that is not cool. That is just not okay. Like, why even, like, get your tubes tied if you're not going to be able to be there for the kid? You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's fucked up. Like, don't just go and have kids. I'm not talking about you. I mean, for them. Like, don't just go and impregnate people and just not be there. Like, that's fucked up. I mean, for the kid, too, it's like, it's just wrong. I just don't get why people do that. And you're probably, like, a great mother, you know, just there is, like, for them, but they're not. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, why do they even do this? You know? Selfish. Right. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Well, that's nice of you to look at it like that. Yeah, because some people like are all jealous and like, no, that's, you know, my kids and my, you know, that's not your sister or something. It's like, no, it is. So that's cool of you to say something like that. That freaking boils my blood right now. I hate when that happens. Like, it's just, I just don't get it, you know? It's just selfish, you know? Like, do they even think of the kid? I mean, I just don't understand how they could actually do that. Women, why, you know, women can do it, I guess. I've heard of women doing it too, but usually, like, it's harder for the woman to do it, maybe because they have the kid and, you know, it's growing in them for 9 months. So they're like, yeah, I'm not going to really be able to detach from this thing. I can't just walk away. Some women can, actually, but yeah, I feel like that's a really hard thing to do if you've had. Yeah, it is sad. Yeah, children don't deserve that at all. It's just shitty. I mean, I really, like, it really fucking bothers me when people do that. I mean, I just don't understand it, you know? It's just ridiculous. It's wrong.